Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, another day of me turning off my Bluetooth speaker. I just finished charging it this morning, so now
power off.
I need to conserve the power of the battery, because that's the only speaker, external speaker from my consoles that I have. Yay! Thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, it's a brand new day. It is a Sunday as I am recording. 9:01 a.m. Fan on in the window. Does not matter how warm or cool a day it is. I have to have the window open and circulating air. Thumbs up for that. Past that, my kitty cat's running around and being happy and friendly. Well, you know, as happy and friendly as she can be. Shit, which is very happy and friendly. I have a brush. I have been brushing her. She has been very, very happy to be brushed. It is a good thing. Yay! I don't have a ton of things that I want to talk about because not a lot happened yesterday. And one of the things that happened was, well, I want to talk about how nothing happened. A very convoluted way of saying, I lost like 3 or 4 hours yesterday. On Friday, I lost like 4 hours as my housemates were here putting up stuff that they have downstairs into crates. Not crates, you know, the plastic packing things with a lid. That thing, you know, and then they're stacked up against the wall downstairs. Oh, my sinuses are driving me crazy today. Right now it hurts inside here. Oh, joy, so I may be sneezing soon. But I could not do anything while they were here because of paralysis. And then yesterday, after I finished doing all my vlogging and stuff, it was close to 11-ish. And then I was just watching videos, doing some minor stuff here. And then I felt myself getting a little groggy. And then I started doing some other things. And then I checked the time. And the way my clock is over there, I've got an external clock. It was pushed in such a way that, hey, it looked like it was coming up on 1 o'clock. I looked at the clock. It was coming up on 3. I lost 3 or 4 hours. I must have fallen asleep that long. But I didn't even realize that until I checked the clock by moving it. Oh my gosh. So after that, I just tried doing what I could, went walkies late up to Walmart, came on back, and then did what I could, and then when I woke up this morning, oh, my arm was so sore, but just not the soreness that it's been having. It was a different sort of just my arm was like overuse sore without having been overused. It's feeling not that bad right now, back into the 1 to 3 on the 0 to 10 pain scale, so it's just easy to ignore. But oh boy, when I woke up, it was something else. Which, speaking of health stuff, with things going on again in my left leg, it's getting sorer, it's getting more swollen and spongy around the ankle. It is likely not cellulitis, in which case it's got to be something else. There are a lot of things it could be. Some of them very minor, some of them exceptionally terminal. I gotta talk to my new doc when I get to my appointment, because it's getting sorer and sorer. And more swollen around the ankle, and the entire left leg is now swollen. Well, I mean, it's been that way, but it's a different kind of swollen, because usually when my leg has gotten swollen, it has been tight swollen. This leg is getting swollen, and yet the skin is still kind of loose, still kind of hanging. In fact, hanging more because it's swollen. And so it's gotten swollen and saggy instead of swollen and tight. At the end of the day, it's more tight, but further up on my calf, swollen and saggy, like someone's injected extra water into my leg, and it's gotten larger but still droopy because of all the water they put in there. And it's weird. I don't understand what is going on in my leg, and that is frightening. I don't want to die of anything at only 60. My parents, my mother died at 74 or 75-ish from cancer. She'd had a whole bunch of lobes removed from her lungs. Something didn't go right, and she died from that. And so she lasted into her mid-70s. My genetic father only died this last year at like 81. So that would be pretty sad on my part to kick off before either of my other parents died. Before my actual parents died. So hopefully it's not terminal, because that would suck. Past that, taking a look at my list to see if there is absolutely anything else that I did yesterday. And largely no, because falling asleep like that and losing that time, that was a major portion of time. I got some recording done still, and I did editing and rendering and uploading, and I like the game. It Lurks Below. I have trouble trying to remember that one, because there's another game that I play that is, I don't know how to pronounce it, N-C-S-E-S-S-E. Looks like the word necessary, except the airy part was taken away. So it's Nessa? So it's a weird name, but it's a top-down, you're moving your character, kind of like Diablo, 45 isometric view, and it's fun. I've been playing a lot of that. I like top-down as the isometric view. And I'm a big person who likes pixel-type art. This big push for photorealism I do not care about, nor do I enjoy, because it's... why? And in fact, I find it takes away from a lot of it, because they're trying for photorealism, but in some places that's still largely uncanny valley, and it takes away from that. Just choose a nice pixely art style, go from there. You don't have to do anything really heavy duty. If you're taking a look at like, oh, I want to have at least 3D and all that, there are plenty of games that use lo-fi polygons for their games, and they look good. The push for photorealism is but anyway, though, I enjoy those top-down types, and Nessa, however it's pronounced, is you play a character. There's a lot of mining. You're trying to build up your own settlement on an island. There's other islands you can go to. There's other civilizations and people on these islands, so it looks pretty cool so far. And the one It Lurks Below, it seems to be very boss-oriented, and that I had to kill the first boss, Commander Vile, and now there's a beast down below that I have to go get, and then after that I imagine there's a deeper boss again. So it's set up to be very boss-oriented in that fashion, which is good, that's fine. And there's just a lot of games like that. One of them is like called Shard of Azuria, something very, very close to that. This was one of these top-down games from way back when, like 2016, something like that. I remember, I think I got it while I was living in my brother-in-law's garage. And then for years, there was nothing being done. But lately, more work has started being done on the title. The guys come back to it, so thumbs up. There are a few titles like that where there are just 1 or 2 or 3 people where it's not been anything happening on the title. Oh, it's getting sorer again. There has been no work done on the title for a long time, and then suddenly updates. And that's a good thing. It is cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Checking the rest of my list over here, because there is much, much less. I have been trying to continue to figure out Ironsworn. One of the things that I've been doing with it, and it is free. The basic rule book for Ironsworn is free. You don't have to pay for that. And it is a thick, thick book. And it comes with, I haven't even finished printing out everything. One of the things that bugs me is they have cards, asset cards. But I had gone through, well, I am going through this reference book for the game. It has made it much, much, much less intimidating. I still have to go through the actual book part of it, but that has made it less intimidating. Like a lot of solo RPG things, making characters is way different in most cases than if you're playing a tabletop RPG with others. There's a lot less dice rolling for stats. This is one of those games that's like that. You have, like, I think it's 5 different stats, and you are given a list of, it's like 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And you can take those numbers and give them to any of the stats in any combination you like, just as long as it's those numbers. And if you want to make it harder, they've given ways so that your stats are lower. If you want to make it easier, so your stats are higher, but it's just a choice of stats. And in D100 Dungeon, it is like that too. You may roll, but when you get what you get from the roll, you don't write the roll down, you check the chart, and it's like, oh, you have this, you're a warrior, these are the stats. I really want to play the game more treasure awaits because it has a really, really fun feel to it reading the rules. You roll for your stats, but you check the roll to see what the block of stats are. And so a lot of them are that way. And the character sheet for that is easy. Once again, the only part that's really difficult about it is you decide where to put your stat points. The rest of it, you've got 2 points of momentum. You've got your health track, your stamina track, another track. You've got a bunch of blank area for your vows and stuff. And that's it. That is it. Your character's done. The hard part is figuring out where your stats go. It is really easy to make a character, but then in Ironsworn, you are figured to be a competent character. And there are a few games that are coming out like that, where you're not starting out as an absolute noob. The game Sacrifice, which also has a smaller companion that came out for it, is another one of those. You are considered to be a very competent character. And I can't remember which others now. Bloody brain. But a few others like that where you're not just a noob, you're considered to be competent, and these are now the adventures of your competent character. It doesn't mean you walk through things, it just means minor things aren't going to be a problem for you. The things that would take out a noob, you walk through because you've got the power and the adventure, so they don't even worry about that. I want to keep checking that out with how this system works. Boy, that was said horribly. I promise that I can speak English. There is a lot of stuff that seems really, really cool about it, and other parts that I'm having trouble with, but I'm starting to figure out. They use a lot of things called moves, and you have moves for everything. And moves, I have to figure out a lot of things even still, because one of the move is start a journey. So if you have to travel, you have a start your journey move. And then you have a move of being on the journey or finishing the journey. And then you check the little move cards, and for every asset you pick up, it might be weapons, might be tools, might be people, might be anything. They have little spots on them that tells you what you can do if you have these little marks on them, which is what you can do as you use these things and as you travel and gain more experience. So there's moves, and all of the way they talk about the moves is confusing because of the moves words and all, but the more excuse me, the more I'm going to learn, the less intimidating it's going to be. It could be just the language that they use and the way they present it, because even games like D100 Dungeon have out of dungeon moves. You use a turn counter for some places, and in other times you don't. Mostly you don't. But there are things like that, but it's like, what are you going to do in the city? And it's the city choices. Even in Note Quest and the expanded world stuff has, these are city things you can do. These are other things you can do in temples and such. And those, you could look at that as a city move. And in like others that go on the time tracks like that, it's like, yeah, it's click, click, click in session of moves. Just different language, different presentation. And the fact that I don't like the fact that they are cards, because cards are harder to print. You have to print them yourself in such a way that the fronts and backs line up, or you have to print them in such a way that you can then cut them out and then glue them onto actual card. Or you can spend like $50 and go to a place, I've forgotten the name. There is a website where you can get the physical stuff for these print and play things made and then mailed to you, because it's a game making place, but they make the physical parts of print and play things. Like there is a thing called the mapping game for D100 Dungeon, where you don't have to roll it and then write it and draw it in on graph paper. You just pick up a square and then you put it on the table and you generate the map that way, and you have little cards for spells and little tokens and all this, and that's the mapping game. There's, I can't even remember where I was going with that, but I know it had to do with, oh my god, I love ADHD so much. I can't remember even why it was the mapping game. But we'll just go with, some of these things are very complicated, some of these things are not, and I'm trying to figure out Ironsworn because I want to play it, because a lot of people like it, and there is things like Delve, which gives you the ability to go dungeon crawling, and I want to do that along with Treasure Awaits and all of these other things that I want to do for the channel. Like, I still want to play 96 Quest for the channel because it's fun and it's easy. So, sorry for the ADHD, but there we go. Checking my time. The only thing I really have to talk about here is just, I've been thinking a lot on the creative front on, well, a lot of things. I've been working on Ulchenka and Scarbat's relationship and how they met up and all of that stuff, just because I can't stop thinking about them now. Along with, I've been really thinking about Dark Carnivals, and of course the Dark Carnival of Bedlam, Hotchkiss, and Macabre, with Bedlam, Melody Hotchkiss, and Modkin Macabre. They are all siblings, and they are thumbs up. So it's they aren't a good traveling carnival. They aren't a bad traveling carnival. They are an expensive, well, they are a large carnival with a lot of stuff that they carry around with them. Very well funded, very popular. They travel about the continent sometimes, traveling 2 different continents over oceans. What I'm trying to say is, like, they go through the United States, South America, and Europe. But it's their adventures, they're a medium length thing in that sometimes they help people, but whenever they leave, a whole bunch of people are also missing. Because, hey, cryptids gotta eat. And I want to thank all of these people. I'm still writing down people from my Patreon list. I've gotten it all mixed up because I am me. So, thank you each and every person that is one of my patrons. Without your help, I would not have been able to survive this long. For everyone who has donated to my PayPal in the past, it's still open if you want to donate to my PayPal. And my GoFundMe, thank you so very much. Without your help, I would be hosed. I still do not know if the end of July I'm going to end up with no home, basically, or the end of September, August, or what. So I'm gonna, if my housemate comes by today, I'm gonna ask, are you trying to get out of here by the end of the month? What, are we gonna break the lease? Are we gonna keep the lease up? They don't talk to me. I don't know. She told me at first she was turning off all the utilities. She then clarified later with her boyfriend that no, it was only Comcast, but they didn't tell me. So I don't know these things. It's driving me bananas. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. Oy vey. So, let me turn off the spotlight here. And I got a piece of cardboard over my little side lamp over there. That's not my Chrome. That was my YouTube stuff. Okay, let's take a look and see who we have. There is Jesse Koskinen, where it, after being really, really hot, now it is raining. Hey, Finland. And there is Nippy, K-N-I-P-B-E-Y. Thumbs up and thank you. Chris Ryan, greatly appreciated. Apollo R, thumbs up and thank you very much. Made in Canada, who says, oh, I assume it's gremlins moving back here. Just remember, every stuffed animal and everything on display, I take down. I don't take this stuff down, no. But all of this stuff here, I take down every single day and then put back up in a different position because, hey, gotta keep the fat rolls at least semi-hidden, as well as all of the belt loops and stuff here. You know, hey, jeans. So, anyway, though, we have Nix or EH, whom I hope is able to watch and hear this. They are having the devil's own time with all of the dialysis that they're going through and more. But if you hear and see this, oh, hang in there, my friend, hang in there. And we have Barely a Bear, thumbs up and thank you. Stephen Tobias, greatly appreciated. Pioneered, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. Each and every person in the past 24 hours who's left me a comment. Greatly appreciated, thumbs up and thank you. Well, son of a gun. If you've watched this far and you are curious, the reason I stopped playing Bolt Gun is because I got to a boss battle that I can't make it through. It is the Lord of Change, something like that, and it is a major boss, and I can't do it, even on low. I have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. I can't do it. I keep working my way up through it, trying to build up the skills and talent, and I haven't been able to do it at all yet. So, yay. But, it being a Sunday, I am going to try and take it easy and not fall asleep, though, but get things done. Whether that means reading and understand Ironsworn or playing a game, I still want to record stuff, and hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. That's not going to help. Just try to do what you can do, and if you can't do what you want to do or that you need to do, don't beat yourself up. Just try to do it the next day. So, yay! Thumbs up for that. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. A definite thumbs up on that. Oh, I'm burping. Oh, at least I want to. I got, like, gas down in my stomach. It wants to come out, but I can't make it come out right now. Yay! So, I will turn on my controller. And then I will say, yeah. I can cut these ends off and make them much, much more professional. Good.